Hello, guys. Welcome back to part two of the show with Captain Arvind Nautiyal, where in part one he has shared his experience with army and he has talked a lot of things about the war of 1971. And in this part two, he is going to talk his perspective on the Iran war, which is happening and how it might affect India and related countries. And he has shared his corporate experience as well, how leadership, the current leadership, can implement to be a great leader for their team members. And let's get back to the podcast.
Not only this, one day we were attacked by our own aircrafts. I was again in the gun area, and the aircraft came five Sukhoi 7. Those days it was Sukhoi 7, now it's Sukhoi 30 is the latest aircraft of Sukhoi series. And one MiG-21, they came and they started hovering over us. And next door, there was a gentleman called Colonel Gauri-Shankar. He called me. He said, "Do you recognize aircraft?" I said, "Yes, I'm qualified aircraft recognizer. I've done a course of this." क्या है ऐसे ये Sukhoi 7 है हमारे Indian Army के, and that is MiG-21. They are going to attack Pakistan. They're going over. But they started hovering over us. थोड़ी देर में they started diving on us, and they suddenly dropped one bomb between my two guns. A huge crater. The mud and water came out from the soil. One gun got totally drenched with that mud, you know. And then again, Colonel Gauri-Shankar came and he started shouting at me, "What nonsense! They are Pakistanis and you are." I said, "No, they are Indian aircraft, sir. I have seen Indian marking on them. They were coming so close." And they would, when the any weapon, when you fire, the cartridge, empty cartridge is ejected out. If it remains inside that, it will choke the gun. So when they fire on the air, those empty cartridges are falling on us. So I picked up those cartridges. I said, "See these cartridges, these are good Indian marking." They again came after, for 2 minutes. They played merry hell with us. 2 minutes is very long in battlefield. They came back after 5 minutes again. Colonel Gauri-Shankar came and told me, he said, "You sit on a gun, fire yourself. Not at aircraft, but fire to scare him." In anti-aircraft rounds, when we fire, it has got a tracer element. You could see the ground round going. Like Diwali, you have those patakas going. You can see it is going. So you fire to scare them. They are mistaking us as enemy, but we know they are our own aircraft. So I fired. They all ran away. All ran away, disappeared. After 10 minutes, out of those 5 aircraft, they were all painted in steel gray color. One was camouflaged. That came back again. Again, when he started coming, Colonel Gauri-Shankar shouted, "Shoot the bastard." I kept myself cool. I again fired and scared him away. Brigade commander was informed that, "Look, sir," brigade commander was saying, "Nonsense, you guys don't know anything, not doing any job, and they were Pakistanis and they screwed you and you didn't even fire at them and didn't shoot down, all found a blah, blah, blah." We sent him a souvenir of one gunny bag load of empty cartridges ejected by those aircrafts having Indian ordnance marking. Then he had no answer. On 15th January, 17th December war was, or 15th January is Army Day. We were celebrating Army Day at Div headquarters in the battlefield. So there I met battery commander. Brigade commander, Brigadier Srinivasan. So I asked him, "Sir, what happened that day?" Then he said, "Oh, I'll tell you the long story in short. There is a vehicle in battlefield called tentacle vehicle. That vehicle is loaded with the wireless sets. It has got many wireless sets which connect with the Air Force aircrafts. And other wireless sets are connecting with the ground troops. So there's an Air Force officer in that vehicle called FAC, Forward Air Controller. And there's an army officer called GLO, Ground Liaison Officer. These two guys sit together. When any mission is coming to attack Pakistan, the information doesn't come half an hour, it comes 5 minutes before. Because if it comes earlier, enemy will intercept, they will get ready. So it comes just 5 minutes before that our mission is going over you to Pakistan. So mission was coming from Pathankot. It was going over Chamjodia to Pakistan. 6 aircrafts, 5 Sukhoi 7, 1 MiG-21 over them to give them protection from enemy attack. That when that message came, FAC, Air Force officer, unfortunately had loose motions. He got down to ease himself and message came, nobody to receive. GLO, who was on the ground, he could hear, but he could not operate it. And before FAC could come, and FAC's role is what? To receive that message, communicate to all the troops, and also he can talk to the pilot, guide the pilot to where is the enemy. From ground, he can guide him. Then mission came, and mission is also always briefed before they go for attack. The briefing was done that you got to go to their longitude, latitude, bearing, and all, everything is explained. And then they say when you go over Chamjodiya, so there is a river called Chenab River. You cross Chenab River, and then there is another river which is as good as a dry monsoon river called Manavar Tavi. So all troops across Manavar Tavi are enemy. So they came 10 kilometers behind us was another dry nala called Loki Khad. They mistook that Loki Khad as Manavar Tavi. From there, another 10 kilometers were all Indian troops. They started foundering. FAC cannot talk to them. He was not available at it. This happened in 2-3 minutes, so quickly. So they mistook as an enemy. You know what they did? They had dropped a bomb in between a two guns, I told you. They had blown two Kras vehicles, two 10-tonner vehicles loaded with ammunition in our concentration area, and killing one Subedar and injuring one captain very badly and 3 Jawans. Next to us, there was a canal going on, and a section of infantry was walking, second lieutenant and about 11 Jawan. They strapped and killed all of them. They went back. That's why they say all fair in love and war. What happens after 25, 30 years? I was heading one of the manufacturing unit of the ICI in a place called Rishra near Calcutta. And one day I was sitting in an army club, and we had a gentleman called Colonel Ghosh, who was the administration manager there. So we used to meet very often, and we had discussed about this episode with him. He came and he brought one guy to me. He said, "Sir, you meet, he is Wing Commander Sinha." "Hello, Wing Commander Sinha, how are you?" "Very fine." He said, "He is the culprit." "What do you mean by culprit?" He is the one who was firing from top on you. 25 years later, after retirement, I am meeting that pilot who fired on us. So I've got a lot of stories like that.
Since we are talking your experience and a lot of stories on the war, and you know that currently we are seeing a war which is happening, the Iran war. So what are your views on it, like how India is going to get affected with this war, and any point of view or your experience on this, any comments from your end?
You see, as far as Iran war is concerned, wars started with a couple of hundred guys coming on the horseback with the swords, and then capturing few villages, and then recruiting Laskars, and then increasing that, attacking, looting, going back. This is what used to happen in Muhammad Qasim's time, and even Alexander, or you call it Muhammad Gori, or Genghis Khan, or anybody. That is how it used to start. From there, it came to our time when we used to put a rifle, put a bayonet, and go in front and do that. Today, wars are happening beyond visual range. You are sitting 300, you don't see enemy you are fighting. You have seen in Operation Sindoor, you've seen very well what was happening.
Yes.
It's very unfortunate what is happening in world. I don't know. I pray to Almighty to give some good sense to the guys who are mighty. USA. What is the problem with USA? They are creating problem for every country. Every country they are creating problem. They have got border with nobody, but they're creating problem for everywhere. What problem they have with Iran? Absolutely zilch. At the same time, Iran, what problem do they have with Israel? Their border is 1,000 kilometers away, 2,000 kilometers away. They don't have any border, but they have problem with him. What is the need to create Houthi, Hezbollah, Hamas, all creation by Iran for what for? Both sides. In Hindi, there is a saying called "Na gori bali na samri." Both are equally bad. Now, America has got into this, and I think America is shooting on their own foot. Iran is not Venezuela. Iran will become worse than Vietnam, where they kept fighting for over a year, and so many body bags they carried. For 10 years they were in Afghanistan. What happened? You cannot win by bullet. It has totally destabilized the world today. I used to worry with my little bit of military mind when there was a war about 10, 12 years back between Azerbaijan and Armenia. Armenia was much stronger country than Azerbaijan. But that is the first time they have used drones. And all tanks and all armor and all artillery of Armenia was sitting like a duck. A cheap drone used to come and throw a bomb on it. And those days, I personally used to get quite worried that I hope Indian Army is taking cognizance of this. This is what is the future war. And I was very happy to see this happening in Operation Sindoor. Even more than that, much more than that. So continuously technology, one has to upgrade. These kind of things, this is not going to end very soon. In my opinion, this is very prolonged war. You can't change regime by sword. You have to win over the people. Then only this can happen. And what for oil? America, the USA is entering Middle East is for oil to control world oil. That Strait of Hormuz, which they are saying is the chicken neck from where Iran can control the world oil. That Strait of Hormuz, if you see the map inside, every country, Middle East countries, oil goes from there, barring Egypt. Be it Saudi Arabia, be it Qatar, be it Oman, be it UAE, Iraq, all oil comes on the tankers from there. Also, the economy depends on oil. If oil movement stops, Iran also gets equally affected. That is why, whatever one may say, nothing is happening in Strait of Hormuz. There's no fire going on there. Iran is saying it is open, you go. On an average, every day, I believe, about 120 cargoes go from there. Cargoes are all oil. In last week, I have reasons to believe that only 13 cargoes cleared. All it is the war is being fought by actuaries. These are insurance companies. Out of 12 or 14 insurance companies, 10 are operating from UK. Now these companies have refused that we will not give you insurance. And without insurance, you cannot move if you are carrying a cargo of $200 million or like that. You need without insurance, they will not move. And insurance companies are saying that we will not reinsure because war is there. Or we will reinsure at a very heavy premium. You are paying 10 rupees, we want now 70 rupees. Now, if we give you 70 rupees for 10 rupees, our product does not remain economically viable. So, I believe that in the Strait of Hormuz, there is total traffic jam and there is no policeman to clear it. What I'm trying to say, and I am quite confident that it may happen in my lifetime, definitely in your lifetime it will happen. They should convert this threat into opportunity. They have to find out alternate source of energy. They have to find out the alternate source in nature which is available in abundance. Any source which is in the earth, on the earth, one day it will finish. Anything will finish. If you start taking out in complete gold from the gold mines, one day mine will be without gold, isn't it? Same thing will happen with oil. And the hegemony of all these oil countries, it has got to be called off. So many things will get resolved the day you are able to find out the alternate source of energy. Hydrogen is there. There's a lot of energy with sun. Already on the labs, it has been established. It has got to be now commercially established. And a time will come probably in this entire Middle East war is on oil. It will all finish. So this is what I feel. But then this is not going to end in 2 days or 4 days. I'm saying I think it will go on entire 2026 will go on this. Nobody can install a government. I mean, how they are behaving, they are saying, okay, India can take oil for 1 month from Russia. What do you mean? Who are you to allow India to take oil? Therefore, one has to remain in limits. If one cross limit, ati sarvatra varjate. The moment you cross limit, a time will come when you will go. Or all empires have fallen one after another, be it Egyptian empire, be it Roman empire, be it even Chinese empire one time was very big. Even Indian, maybe 1,000 years back. So it's a very bad thing. We are happy that we are sleeping peacefully, but it's not going to end very soon. And a time will come when both parties will get exhausted, and then this is what is my. I mean, after all, we don't have any in-depth knowledge. We are just making assessment based on what we see in the newspapers and on television and on other media. In that also 90% are the opinions of people, you know.
Yeah, so hoping for the war definitely to get over because it is really affecting everyone on a larger scale. Which in because I have also followed a lot of articles and videos, so I'm just hoping that it should end up very soon. So I have one more questions for you. So can you please share a few interesting anecdotes of your corporate life? Because I know that after your army, experience you were into corporate. So if you can share something in on a slighter brief note.
Initially, when we go, they say that safety, honor, and welfare of your country come first, always and every time. The honor, welfare, and comfort of your men comes next. Your own ease and safety comes last, always and every time. Now, if this principle you follow in mind that, look, the people who are working for me, I will take care of their every need if they are giving me bread and butter. So a relationship, a bonding which we develop with our working class, upward and downward, that pays you tremendous dividends in life, which in my case and in many other soldiers' case who came on second job, uh, that kind of things we develop. We develop very strong bonds, and those strong bonds, I have personally faced it. I see, I've been in a works situation for 12 years. I was with ICI in their explosives manufacturing facility in a very remote area in Jharkhand. So it was so remote that even bread and butter we used to get from Calcutta. It was Calcutta was about 250 miles, 250 miles or so. We had our own aircraft, Islander aircraft. Every second day it used to go, and it used to fetch fresh bread and fresh bakery products and even fruits
Isn't
for.
it sounding more advanced like Blinkit?
Say again?
More advanced Blinkit version.
Yeah, it was something like that. So in that place, and there was no television, there was no telephone. So we had a wireless set from this side, one is talking, other side, other guy, operator is talking, and whenever we used to talk something confidential, we used to ask operators to go out. So from there, when you evolve and there is nothing else to do, so everybody used to come and meet each other in the club in the evenings. A lot of people used to call each other. Bonding was in such situation is tremendous. When the situation is very odd and you all are facing it together, tremendous bonding you develop. Even today, there are so many Gomiite groups. I don't find ICI Calcutta wala group. So that one bonding depths in that bonding you develop a lot of esprit core working together. Now, what happens? A small one incident I will tell you in Gomia. I was the admin head there, and there was an agitation going on at the factory gate. And that time, this Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, you hear in Jharkhand state, Shibu Soren name you must have heard.
Yes.
Shibu Soren, the present chief minister's father, he was also chief minister. He was the one upcoming leader. And they used to go and create nuisance in all industries and just to garner their support from the workers. So they came and they had a strike in our age, a strike of secondary labor, contract labor you need in big factories. Almost 300-400 labor at the gate, shouting slogans. And there was a small dais, and guy was standing on that dais and he was shouting slogans. They had submitted a charter of demand about 5-6 demands to the management. In that, one demand was that sack Arvind Nautiyal. So that was one demand. My office was in main corporate building. I was in first floor. So I heard all these things, and the gate was about 150 yards from there. I started walking, came down. So down there, I found a bunch of management trainees, the fresh from IIMs and IITs, about 8-10 of them. They were gathering there. They stopped me. You don't go there. Kyun? But they are shouting slogan against you. I said, I know. They're shouting slogan against me. So why are you stopping me? He said, no, you don't go. We'll go with you. Otherwise, you don't go. I said, Kyun? You hear what is he saying? I said, he's saying that Inqilab Jindabad, Mr. Nautiyal Murdabad. What do you read in this? Why don't they call Nautiyal Murdabad? Why are they calling Mr. Nautiyal Murdabad? So you must try to read in between lines. That means there is nothing against me in person. Since I am the heading certain things over here, which are dealing with their employment, dealing with these things. So that is why they said, as an individual, in core of their heart, they have some little bit of respect left for me. That is why they are saying, Mr. Nautiyal Murdabad. So they understood it. So I went there. They followed me at the gate. The guy who was shouting on top on the stage, he was saying, Inqilab Jindabad, Mr. Nautiyal Murdabad. And then he said, Inqilab Jindabad, and had immediate eye-to-eye contact with me. You know what he did? Namaste Sahab, Mr. Nautiyal Murdabad. You see that? I said, these guys have been a friend of mine for the last so many years and will be in future also. So you develop that kind of individual relationship where you may have organizational difference, but individual enmity should never overcome or take over that. So that was, that's a small thing. And then 34 Chaurangi, I came to Calcutta in corporate role, and then again their communist government, Jyoti Basu, chief minister. eh, I had a friend there called Mitra. He was that time commissioner of Calcutta Police. He told me, he said, you will be surprised to know that there is a police station in Calcutta called Park Street Police Station. Park Street is something I cannot place Delhi. And that police station, he says, in this police station, I as a police commissioner cannot transfer a constable. 100% guys are somebody's nominee, some ministers, some big political leader. So they decide. They will tell me, now you transfer him. I cannot do that. It was so much unionized. And there we had 3,500 white collar staff. They were not workers, they were white collar staff, office staff, 3,500. And the task was given to me to get rid of all 3,500. And everybody has got approached right up to Jyoti Basu. So we planned out a strategy. And then finally, people said there will be violence. Hoga, let us face it. And it took us a couple of years. It took me a couple of years to build a relationship with the people, relationship with the trade union leader, relationship with individual trade union leader, even up to some extent meeting their financial needs also. And financial needs means they should not feel that I am bribing them. They should feel that I am trying to help them in overcoming their financial crisis in that form. And they used to come and gherav me there also. 8 hours gherav. Then somebody will say, Sahab, ab khane ka time ho gaya, let it go. We never had any problem. I had projected that we will have about 150 to 200 labor cases in the labor courts. When you are sacking somebody, he will go to the court. He will go to labor court. Finally, will go right up to you. Be prepared. About 150 to 200 cases will happen. Corporate office was closing down in Calcutta and shifting to Delhi. So we should be prepared for that. Therefore, we must have a battery of lawyers. Our legal manager should be assigned with me. They will stay here. You will be surprised, Richa. There was only one labor case, one court case. Only one. Everybody went and shook hands with me. The crux of thing is that you should never, under any circumstances, spoil your one-to-one relationship. That has got to be taken care at any cost. Rest, everything is after that. The most difficult thing I personally feel in life, we have been SSCs and we have been SSR also. We have been assessed by our superiors and we have been assessing our subordinates. I personally feel that most difficult thing in a HR management where you go to read assessments of people is reading negative assessment of somebody and making sure that he receives it positively. And thereafter you come forward and help him in coming out of those negativities so that his next assessment becomes positive. If you achieve that, you have bought that guy, you have made him your slave. Or if you just read it out, there will be reaction. You are my boss. What have you done? How have you helped me in overcoming these things? You have also got a role. That kind of things, reactions also I have seen with a lot of people. So these are, I can talk a lot. There are a lot experience about 33, 34 years in a corporate world. And that time, ICI, will you believe it that in office in 34 Chaurangi, when I came there, and there was management staff lunch room, 7-course lunch used to be served. There was a bar, go and have a couple of whiskey, go to the work. That was the work culture. In every manager's room beyond certain level, there used to be a tall boy, a cupboard with a shelf and a hanger. You were supposed to come there, take out your hat, keep it on the top, take out your great coat in Calcutta, take out your great coat, put it then in that hanger, and then with 2-piece suit, you're working in the office. And that is how these guys used to work in England, and that is how blindly we were following in Calcutta. So we have seen very, very difficult time that when we switched over from monopolistic business where whatever we used to make used to sell like a hot cake, and then we came to competition, the whole thing just collapsed. There's a friend of mine called Sanjeev Jain. This fellow, I don't know where he is, but last he was managing director of ICI Indonesia, paints business. He joined us in mid-career recruitment. One day he was sitting in my office and the chap called Billu Chadha, I think something like that, Chadha he came. And when he left, he said, what is Chadha doing? I said, he is heading trading business these days. Chadha, yaar, usse jara baat kare, just find out. When I was a management trainee, I was called for interview in ICI. And ICI interview was held in Tollygun Club. And everything was good. Why was I rejected? Now he is joining in a much senior position. Then he was joining as general manager that time in paints. What was why I was rejected? I other day Billu met me. I asked him, "Kya? Do you remember anything?" He said, "Oh yes, I can place it." He was wearing a grey suit and tie and all, and red shocks. Those red shocks, everybody saw he's unfit. Remove it. We were working in that kind of company. The guys were. It was whatever you make monopolistic, you think, sell it, and the moment competition comes, you collapse. You can't survive. So that is a very, very difficult phase for the company. There are many stories I can tell about corporate. Yeah, one day, other day, there's what used to happen when these young managers used to join from IITs and IIMs. So we used to appoint one mentor for them. They will do their own job, but the manager, he's a mentor. Initial 1 year or so, that's their own. We had a guy with very good, very, very outstanding guy, Nathan, S.V. Nathan. Very nice guy, very intelligent. He was with us for a few years, many years. Then a stage came when he was reporting to me directly. He left, joined some other companies. Finally, he joined Deloitte. He became their board member. Now he is retired finally. He came here. Dehradun, he was with me one evening having dinner with me. So there, he got a phone call from someone I was hearing in the speaker. Mr. Nathan, have you been able to find out your Nautiyal Sahab? He was trying to locate me. I said, what is this? He says, I was invited for a lecture in IS Academy, Masuri. And there in the course of this thing, I spoke something on leadership. So I said your name and I said, he is there. I'm trying to locate him, how to get him. So their director rang him up, तुमको पता लगा मिला कि नहीं मिला वो आदमी आपको? I said, Nathan, what is this? I don't remember at all. But impression was on his mind. He is looking after certain administrative functions, transport, remote area. Somebody falls sick, he has got to be taken to Dhanbad to catch a train for Calcutta. There's no car available. All company-owned car used to be those days, I'm talking about 30 years back. No car available. And he is in charge of transport function also. The general manager calls him and fires him left, right, and center. What nonsense. You can't put it. So somebody told me, oh, Tathan is about to cry. General manager is hitting him very badly. So I went inside. I wished general manager, I sat down. I said, sir, let Nathan go. Nathan, you go. And then I gave him my car key. He take this car, driver you have, and sent the guy. Left. General manager asked me, why have you given your own car? I said, how did I manage to buy this car? By my salary. Who gives me salary? Company. I am company's full-time employee. My car is company. I may have paid from my pocket for this car. Maybe after a couple of years, then there used to be scheme cars and all. Then I became entitled for a company-owned car. But this was my privately owned car. But that private money also, I said, this company has given me. And it is going for company's work. So the matter ended. But that made such a big impact on Nathan's mind that he is giving those examples in IAS Academy, which I don't know. What I'm trying to say, always try to be genuine in life. Always try to be genuine. Genuinely help somebody. And that's that will ensure that later part of your life, when like me, you are approaching 80, you live happily, absolutely no issue, both boys settled, both boys doing very well, only two of us now. That gives you a lot of satisfaction. It's not only going high or getting very high packages, and that makes you happy, and you are burning your midnight oil for that. There's no life. It has got to be balance of everything. Although I understand it's very easy said than done today. System of way of working, things have changed, demands have changed tremendous. AI will create even more problems now, But yet, human being will remain human being. That was it, young lady.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing all your experience, giving your valuable time here with us on this show. It was really a nice experience hearing about all your experience, expertise, your stories, and we would love to have you again on our show in the next episode. Of course, I have a lot of questions which I have written down. I want to ask you, but definitely we will, put it for the next shoot. So thank you
Okay.
so much once again for your lovely conversation and the time.
Thank you, Richa. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.
God bless you. God bless you, young lady. Thank you.